Hello students, we will be covering the topic nutrition in human beings. I have made notes and displayed them throughout the video. Kindly pause the video according to your convenience and note them down in your biology notebooks. So let's get started with it. Now the nutrition in human beings is carried out by the alimentary canal, which is about 9 meter long from mouth to anus. Now according to the flowchart displayed in front of you, in the mouth there are two types of digestions, mechanical digestion and chemical digestion. The mechanical digestion is carried out by our teeth, which tear, churn or grind the food particles, and the chemical digestion is carried out by the saliva. The saliva contains salivary amylase, which is a digestive enzyme. It will convert starch into simple sugar. Then this food is passed on to the pharynx. Now what is pharynx? It is the junction of respiratory, which is the trachea, or you can say it windpipe, and the digestive, which is the food pipe or esophagus systems. Now the esophagus, what is the importance of esophagus? In esophagus there is a series of regular contractions and relaxations of food pipe to prevent the backflow of food to the mouth. This series is known as peristalsis. So peristalsis is basically a process which will prevent the vomiting. Now moving forward, this food is passed on to the stomach. Now in stomach there are three gastric juices, which are HCl, mucus and pepsin. We have to study about the functions of these gastric juices. So let's start with the dilute HCl. Now dilute HCl will kill the germs which come along with the food particles. This is its first function. The second and most important function, it will create an acidic medium for the activation of pepsin. The pepsin can only work in the presence of HCl. Now what pepsin does is pepsin converts proteins into amino acids. And the mucus will protect the inner lining of the stomach from the action of HCl. Now this food is forwarded to the small intestine. Before entering small intestine, two more glands act upon the food particles, the liver and the pancreas. Now liver secretes bile juice which neutralizes the effect of HCl, as it is basic in nature, or you can say it is alkaline in nature. And the most important function, it will provide an alkaline medium for the activation of pancreatic enzymes. Without this medium, pancreatic enzymes cannot work on the food particles. The pancreas, which will secrete the pancreatic juice containing the pancreatic enzymes like lipase. Now lipase emulsifies, which emulsifies means it breaks down the fats into fatty acids. After this, the food is passed on to the small intestine. The small intestine, which is the largest part in the alimentary canal, it is about 7 meter long. It consists of duodenum, jejunum and ileum. Now what is duodenum? The bile duct will open in this part, duodenum. Jejunum, which is just an empty part, which will connect duodenum to ileum. Now ileum is the main part. In the ileum, the digestion is completed. The complex carbohydrates will convert into glucose. Proteins will finally convert into amino acids and fats into fatty acids. Now what is the most important thing in small intestine? They are the finger-like projections, which are known as villi. Now what are the functions of villi? They will increase the surface area of the small intestine for the better absorption of food particles. The villi, which are connected to the blood capillaries, will transfer the food into the blood capillaries, and the blood capillaries will take the digested food to different parts of the body. Now after this process, the undigested and waste food material will be passed on to the large intestine. It also has three parts: cecum, colon and rectum. Cecum, which is a small bag-like structure at the junction, or you can say the meeting point of small intestine and the large intestine. Colon, which will absorb extra amount of water from the undigested food, while because our body cannot afford to lose so much amount of water. Then this semi-solid undigested food is transferred to rectum. Now what is rectum? It is kind of a storage bag which will store the undigested food for some time, and finally this undigested food is excreted out through anus. Now I'll be providing you the notes of these of this topic, so you can note them down.